Good evening. My name is Don Henley, and I'm here to... Thank you. I'm here to induct my friend Randy Newman into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Randy Newman has been making extraordinary music for 5 decades. That's right. He began his career in the early 1960s as a songwriter, but eventually he got into composing scores for films, and he has written some beauties. He wrote the score for The Natural, and he wrote the score for Ragtime. But what's important here tonight are the 12 studio albums of original material that were recorded between 1968 and 2008. Those 12 albums constitute an extraordinary body of work. They contain songwriting and musicianship of tremendous scope and skillfulness. No one has written more beautifully about love and loss. No one has written more bravely about racism and religion and politics and war. No one has written with more humor and wit about lust and greed and fame and the family dynamic. And yet the general public all too often knows Randy only as the guy who wrote that song about short people and that I Love LA thing. We do. It took me an hour and a half to get here. I love it. Never go Olympic. Yeah. I saw him perform live in Texas last year, and he tore the roof off the place. You know, when you can get 2,000 Texans to stand up and applaud a song like Rednecks in a state that has elected Rick Perry 3 times in a row, you are a hell of an artist. Randy has a wonderful sense of humor. It's as deep as his talent. He also makes fun of his own voice a lot. We were singing backgrounds for him back in the 80s, and he would say, "No, I want you to blend more with my voice. I want you to give me more of that wounded water buffalo kind of thing." But you know, that voice is the perfect vehicle to convey the poignancy and the absurdity and the humor of the characters that populate his songs. After Short People was released in 1977, I was talking to Randy one day, and the song was becoming a hit, and I said, "You know, Ran," I call him Ran, "that was really clever how you used the idea of short people combined with a catchy melody to make a statement about intolerance and discrimination and man's inhumanity to man." I said, "That's what the song's really about, right?" And Randy kind of stared off into the distance over his glasses, and he said, "It's about short people." Proving once again the literal truth of the words of the great philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said, "To be great is to be misunderstood." Although he was born here in LA, Randy spent the first 10 summers of his life in that great melting pot, New Orleans, Louisiana. And it made a deep impression on him, and you can hear it in his music. You can also hear his other influences that range from Ray Charles to Richard Wagner. But mostly you can hear America, the way it was and the way it is. Randy Newman's music is American to the core. It's an unflinching portrait of America in all its sham and all its glory. In the song Rednecks, he reminded us that racism isn't just confined to the South. In his bittersweet anthem, Louisiana, 1927, we are reminded that history does indeed repeat itself. And in his hilarious song, Life Isn't Fair, we are reminded that life isn't fair. Which is why Randy is perfectly okay with being inducted into this peculiar, perplexing organization. a full 20 years after he became eligible. So it is my great honor and my great pleasure to welcome my friend Randy Newman into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.